down. Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Mystic Beauty, and I'm here to do a this is a download from Spirit, you guys. It's not a love reading. Um, okay. So, hey Trinity, hey Jessica, hey Indigo, hey O Ruby 777, hey Rose Rose, hey you guys. Okay, so I had, first of all, I should have known that Spirit was trying to give me a download because they was prepping me for this download. Like I've been like struggling to eat for like 2 days. I didn't know why. Like I could not eat. I didn't have an appetite. It was just weird, you know. And then last night I made a salad. I had like a salmon salad, and that was like all they would let me eat, and that was it. And I had like some green tea, and I had water, and I couldn't understand. I'm like, y'all, I'm greedy. Like my spirit guys, I'm greedy. Y'all know I love food. Why is y'all doing me like this? But um, I guess they were prepping me. They were prepping my temple, taking me through like a purification so that the Holy Spirit can dwell. You know, it's very, very important for our temple to be presentable when source, when the Holy Spirit, when angelic energy comes through to give a message. Okay. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that part, but I didn't know that that's what they were doing. You know, so like after 2 days of not being able to eat anything, not having an appetite, they would not let me eat at all. They was like legitimately taking me through a forced purge. Okay. And um I didn't get up today until like almost 1:30 this afternoon. I could not get up for nothing. And I didn't know why. I was like, I sleep later because I work later, but I've never slept until like 1 o'clock ever. Um, but they gave me the most powerful download, and it was a very long, and that's why they were prepping me. They were prepping my temple because they were going to take me to. I actually got to go to, what I guess what we would consider heaven, um, to meet the council. A lot of people don't talk about the divine council. That's where your soul goes. That's like your judgment day. So when you leave, you go amongst the council. Okay. Let me get let me get to the download. I took notes because it was a lot. Okay, it was a lot of messages, and I will forget because as you guys heard on that video the other day, I am a mom. Okay. So let me go ahead and get into it. Okay. So the beginning of my download, I was like at this tree, um, and there was this guy. It was a masculine energy. He was kind of like stuck in the tree. Okay, hear me out. I gotta tell y'all the beginning before we get to the breakdown. Okay, he was stuck in the tree. Okay, but it was like you couldn't see his body. You can only see his legs, right? And his legs was like dangling like this. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, this man is in trouble. I wanted to help. I don't know. So there was like some ancient scripture or ancient text written on the tree. My crazy self, read the ancient text out loud. Okay. I read the text out loud, and the man was released from the tree, aka spiritual bondage. He was released from spiritual prison. Okay. All it took was the right person with the right gifts and ability to um release this beast from its own spiritual prison. Okay. So, when it was released, I realized in the dream, I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? You are evil. And I was like, banishing, banishing this spirit. I was like, I banish you and I send you back to where you come from. And the spirit looked at me and he said, I banish you. And I send you back to where you come from. Like at this point, he was just like picking with the fact, like, you not gonna banish me by yourself. I'm not a regular demon. Like I'm not a regular, there's ranking to shit. Okay. Just how, in the earth angels and divine beings, all that shit is rankings. There are higher level demonic energies, you guys, okay? That depending on what level you are, you can banish, you know. Um let me get back to this, okay? So in the download, I started calling in Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel to come through and help to defeat this the enemy. So at that moment, I know, y'all know how dreams be like all over the place, okay? So I ended up in this realm that I was in, going to like rescue some kids. There were like some orphan kids and they needed help. And I knew that this beast had been released and I wanted to get them to like a safe place. So I get them to like a safe place. And the spirit sent like my brother to like knock on the door. I guess kind of like trick my brother to knock on the door and to kind of like, for I guess trying to get in or whatever. We looked out the window and I saw my brother walking back towards that energy and he fell on the ground. Come to find out, the energy had like cut him in the back and like shot him in the back. So I ended up, when they left, ended up dragging my brother in the inside where I was, getting him to like safety. Somebody took him to the emergency room for me and everything. So just like in a nick of time or whatever. So this girl in this dream pop up, mind you, she's really young. Like this was like a really, really young 14, 15 years old, okay? Stay with me, okay? Dreams are symbolic. Everything is symbolic. My spirit guides were trying to break it down to me in layman's terms enough where I can come back and break it down to you, the message to you, okay? So this little girl who was like 13 or 14 years old at least, she popped up in the dream. She was like a drifter type of energy, okay? She was like legit sneaking rides on the back of 18-wheelers. I don't know how she did that, going from one town to the next. She was like a real drifter. But this girl was sent from divine to defeat the beast. She was sent. But if you would look at her, you would be like, she's so young, like, where's your mother? But this girl was a very, very, very powerful sorcerer. She was a very powerful, she told me that she was a witch, but she's a powerful, powerful witch, okay? And I was watching this girl prepare to defeat the enemy that was unleashed from the tree. And she was doing the most amazing, like, this girl could levitate. She could jump in the air. This was like some shit off a ninja movie times 1,000. Okay, like shit was crazy. And next thing you know, what appeared to be the enemy came and fought the girl. Okay, like he knocked her in the ground. She recharged. She pulled energy from the ground and she recharged herself. And she fought the enemy off, okay? Like, she whooped his ass. And somebody that was around us was like, so is it over? Like, is it over? Did we win? And she was like, no, it's not over. She was like, that wasn't even the enemy. That was the enemy testing me to see what am I made of. That was the enemy testing me to see how strong I am. We haven't even actually got to fight the actual enemy. The enemy just sent some shit that looked like him just to test the waters to see, you know, what he working with, you know, what angle can, you know, y'all know what I'm trying to say. How can he attack her, you know? But she was so tapped in. She knew with her discernment, like, yeah, I just had this big fight. I whooped whatever ass that was. I won this battle, but it's not over. You see what I'm saying? She knew enough to know that that wasn't the real monster. That was just a representative of his, you know, coming to see, you know, am I really strong? Like, am I weak? What are my weaknesses and things of that nature? Okay. Okay. So, I wake up from the dream and, I was on my way. We ended up going to the store so I could try to get me another phone. And when I was in the store, my partner, he was complaining about his back hurting in the same spot, you know. And I was like, you know, what's going on? And he was just like, I don't know, you know, my back is hurting me, like feel like my kidneys or something. I'm like, damn, you know, let's take you to the emergency room. So I took him to the emergency room. And we get there and they run all kind of tests, you guys. And while they was running tests, Spirit say, you know what to do. I was like, what y'all mean? They say, you know what to do. So I went in the bathroom, I got on my knees and I prayed because I am a prayer warrior. Okay, I can pray you out some shit. I can pray any enemy out of your life, and I can pray what you want in your life. You see what I'm saying? So I got on my knees and I prayed, you know, and I cried out to God and I called out for my protectors to come through, and they came through. So mind you, it had just been revealed to me that morning what was going to happen, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you don't know until something happened, right? So I go in the bathroom in the hospital and I close the door and I get on my knees and I pray, right? And so the test come back and they was like, well, we didn't find anything. Everything is perfect. Everything is fine. And he was just like, I'm hurting. Like, I ain't never, you know, so they, you know, they gave him some medicine for pain or whatever. And, you know, I told him, I said, you know, this is what you call spiritual warfare. This is what you call spiritual warfare. When they can't find nothing wrong with you on the machines in there, nothing, your blood fine, everything is fine, but you hurting. And I saw this. I saw the attack before the initial attack, you know. So he's fine now, but I'm gonna get into the reading part or whatever. But I'm glad that I was obedient, and when Spirit told me to go get on my knees and pray, that's what I did. Because sometimes, you know, we talk to God and we don't get on our knees the way we should. You got to show some respect, you know. And now he's fine. But what I took from this message, and sometimes God will allow stuff to happen in our life to put us in a position to give the message. You see what I'm saying? Give the message to other people. So, when I got home, they told me, they said, look, 222 likes in here as I'm saying that. So that's confirmation, okay? Okay. So when I got home, you guys, before I started writing down what they wanted me to talk about, they told me to go meditate. So I went into meditation, okay? I went into meditation, and that's when I was taken to the council. Okay, the council, I didn't go into the council in the dream. I went to the council during my meditation. So I went into meditation, and a angel and an angelic energy, a pure white light, a energy of the pure white light. If you ever see an angel, like I see them all the time, okay? There are energies that are made of pure light. That's what they look like. I'm talking about the brightest light. They look gold. They look golden, okay? So a angelic energy came and took me from my meditation and they took me to this room. That the room was like all white. I'm talking about a complete white room. It was so white, it was blinding. Okay. And when I looked into the light and I realized that I was amongst the council, there was this really, really, really big energy. And to me, he felt like it was a masculine energy. He felt masculine. Okay. And then there were councils around that big energy that was masculine and feminine energy. They were made up of masculine and feminine energy. Okay. But the biggest energy that was sitting in the middle, it felt like a masculine energy. But it's kind of like the judge and the jury. Okay, this is what I saw. Some people say when they go before the council, there is different, which would make sense because some people's, other people say that their heaven is different than whatever, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so when I realized where I was, I got on my knees because you pay respect. You pay respect to energy higher than yourself. Okay, so immediately I got on my knees. That's like, I'm not even supposed to be standing on my feet in front of an energy this pure and this divine. Okay. So I got on my knees, and one of them said to me, "You have divine clearance." I was like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what divine clearance means. What are y'all trying to tell me? Okay. What's going on, And they was just like, you'll figure it out. So a feminine angelic energy came and pretty much guided me from the council and guided me back to my body. Okay. Then I was instructed to go get a pen and a piece of paper and break these messages down to you guys. And that's why I'm here. So the first message that I got was releasing the beast from spiritual bondage. So Spirit is telling me that when you are a true light worker, okay, when you are a true divine being, when you have authority, the type of authority that you have, when you have, what is it called? Divine clearance. You got clearance to do things. You know what I'm saying? So when you pray, shit happen. When you call out to God, you make some shit shake. That's divine clearance. 555 in here, as I'm saying. That's crazy because I have 555 on my neck. Okay. Yes. When you pray, it happens. The worst thing somebody could do is put you in a position where you go to God about it, where you go to source about it. That's the worst thing somebody could do, is get you to your point where you have to get on your knees and you got to pray. They done fucked up the church's money. Okay. So when you have this type of divine clearance, when you got this type of spiritual authority over your life, you have to be very, very careful, because right now, you guys, with the type of energy, I know y'all been feeling it in the atmosphere. You guys, we are still in Saturn's retrograde. This means that a lot of people are being placed in spiritual jail. They are being placed in spiritual bondage. Okay? This is their karma. That's what this means. And how in the dream, how I wasn't tricked. I read those words with my free will. Spirit is wanting you to realize how powerful you are. And if you use your tongue to pray for the wrong person, you need to be praying that God heals their heart. You got to be careful not to release people from their spiritual bondage. You got to be careful not to release people from spiritual jail, because you just might release the type of demon, the type of entity that you're going to need backup. Depending on your ranking, you may need backup. Just saying. Because even though I feel like I know I'm a powerful being, there are beings higher than myself. There are a lot of things that I'm above, and there are a lot of things that are above me. And Spirit is wanting us as light workers to remain humble. Remain humble. Stay in that energy. That's why a lot of us have received divine clearance, and some of us don't have this divine clearance. Okay? All right, so For those of you guys who are experiencing some type of spiritual warfare in your life right now, you will be receiving divine help. Help is on the way. Okay? You're going to be receiving help. But the reason why they want me to tell you guys about being humble is because your help may come in a way that you might want to turn it down, because you may feel like, well, I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I've been reading cards for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, however long you've been reading cards, however long you've been on your journey. But the girl that came through was an ancient soul. She was 13, 14 years old. Okay? Goddamn soul, been here since the dawn of time. She was a true ancient warrior. It's just so happened that the avatar that she's in is young. Period. Okay? So Spirit is wanting us to use our discernment, especially with the times that we're in right now. You guys, a lot of very, very powerful sorcerers are really young. You just have to be able to use your intuition, use your gifts to discern, you know what I'm saying, who is who. Everybody that's 50, 60 years old, you know, and say they've been healing or preaching or whatever for a long time, that don't mean that their soul is older than the person that's sitting next to them that's, you know, 15, 16 years old. Like, if y'all pay attention, the youth is really on this spiritual journey without the help of anybody. They're coming more awakened right now as we speak. I'm talking about they're coming through swinging. They're coming out the yoni ready for war right now with no help. They just coming knowing what time it is. You know? So we just got to be careful. We got to be careful who we turn our nose up at. Who we feel like just because, you know, they look a certain type of way, or they may be a little younger. I don't want to hear nothing that she has to say. Like, you guys, like, it's some very, very powerful healers on YouTube that are really young, very powerful. You just got to be able to use your discernment to know when you are in the presence of an ancient soul, you know? Okay. So Spirit is also telling me, it was also pointed out to me just how they tried to use my brother as a trap to get me to let my defenses down. The enemy is going to be using you guys, using family, using your friends to get you to let your defenses down. You got to be careful because the enemy is slick. Okay, this is a slick bastard. Okay, so don't trust anybody right now. You can't trust anybody when you're in the middle of a battle. You know, just saying. Use your discernment, use your intuition. You know, I'm hearing that the enemy is going to be going through our kids, our siblings, our moms, our dads. You know, you got to be careful. They're using them as bait to get to you. Because if I would have opened that door because it was my brother, they would have ran up in there. You know, they would have. So, all right. Let me see what else I need to talk about. I'm so glad I took notes because okay, so let's talk about this this divine clearance. Okay, so Spirit is telling me when I was amongst the council, when they told me that I had divine clearance, I asked them, I said, are there others? Will other light workers be receiving divine clearance? And they said yes. So just know, you're going to know because they're going to come to you and they're going to tell you. Some of you guys have already received this divine clearance. Some of you guys have already went amongst the council. You've already received instructions. Okay. Others, you guys, is going to happen. And that's why they want me to give you a heads up, you know, to be ready, be prepared, humble yourself when you're amongst the council, you know. Go into the most humble energy that you know how, because that is the energy that decides what happens in your waking life. That's them. Okay. So this kind of lead me to another thing they kind of wanted me to like elaborate on. I know if you guys have been like paying attention, a lot of light workers have been attacked here on YouTube. And a lot of them are other readers. A lot of them are other readers that are attacking other light workers, okay? And the reason for this is just because someone is a reader, that doesn't mean that their boss is Most High. That don't mean that. It don't mean that. You got to pay attention. You got to listen with your heart. Use discernment, okay? And especially last week, you know, I sit back. I may not say anything, you guys, but I pay attention. I don't say nothing, but I pay attention to everything. And I just kind of noticed that, you know, I was seeing more phenomenal readers, good readers. I'm talking about gifted, divinely touched readers having to speak out, having to, you know, address trolls publicly. And it made me sad. It bothered me, because we're supposed to be here working together on this journey. And as long as the enemy can keep us divided and separated, they're winning. And I cried about it. Just seeing that shit made me cry. You know, it's awful. But if I could say anything, and if any of those readers are watching me and you've been targeted lately, whether it was another reader or just any old regular smuggler, whoever, don't leave your throne. Don't ever leave your throne. That's what they want. That's what they want. Don't address nothing. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing, because that's when the enemy gets to like seek through. You see what I'm saying? That's what they want. You guys, I've been called some awful things on this journey as a YouTuber. I've had several readers target me. Some were bold enough to say my name. Say my name, say my name. Some were not bold enough, you know, and they didn't say my name, but they would do, you know, just little slick stuff or whatever, but you know, come on. But I've had people wish death on my kids. I've had people accuse me of being a liar. I've had people accuse me of being a thief. I've had people say some very god-awful things about me, but I've never thought enough of them to address it. Never. I've never thought enough of them, because I know who I am. I know my ranking. And sometimes, you know, we got to let trolls do their job. I like to call them trolls under the bridge. Trolls under the bridge. You guys know what trolls under the bridge do? They harass everybody that's on their way, what? Through to the other side, right? That's what the trolls do. That's what they do. They sit under the bridge in darkness, and they only pick with people that's on their way through to the other side. That's how I look at it. Keep going on to the other side. Cross that damn bridge. Don't sit and don't conversate. Don't go back and forth with no fucking troll. And they're going to go right back under that bridge, and they're going to sit in darkness and wait for the next person that's coming through and crossing over to the other side and going places that they're never going to get to go. And that's period. You know, I feel like I needed to say that, because it breaks my heart to see. And I'm not going to say light workers not working together, because everybody is not a light worker. Everybody is not of the light. And you got to be able to pay attention and use your discernment. Just because somebody throws some cards around don't mean that they're of the light. And that's facts. Use your intuition. You know. So that bothered me. That really made me sad to see these readers who I love, like I watch their channels, and see them get to their breaking point like that. That shit made me sad, because these are phenomenal readers, beautiful women inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Positive, powerful energy. And we all have a breaking point. We all have a breaking point, you know. So Spirit kind of talked to me about that too. They talked to me about this divine clearance thing and how some people are going to receive divine clearance and other people are not going to receive divine clearance. They were telling me that there's going to be a big payout for the after the mission is over. For those of you guys who are light workers, who are on your path, you are doing the journey, you have received divine clearance to operate in whatever energy that's serving God in the highest way. You've received clearance to do this, right? Okay, so you following your purpose, you know, you crossing those bridges when you get there, and you're not entertaining the damn troll under the bridge under no circumstances. You got to keep going, and they're going to say some awful things to you, okay? They're going to call you all out your name. They're going to make you, they're going to degrade you. They're going to try to turn people against you, but you got to ignore the troll under the bridge. You got to ignore the troll under the bridge. Ignore them. Because guess what? When you get to the next bridge, there's going to be a new troll. New levels, new devils, right? That's just how it go. But one thing about that troll, they never leave off and under that bridge. They're always going to be under that bridge in darkness. Meanwhile, you done went to the next level. So Spirit is telling me that once you guys complete this divine mission, you're passing these tests. You're not entertaining these trolls. You're praying the way you're supposed to. You're walking in your purpose. You're not speaking down on people. You're not speaking ill on people. You know, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you keeping your mouth off people. You are really, really doing a thing out here. You know what I'm saying? You're drinking your water. You're doing your squats. You know, you're meditating more. You are really, truly walking in divine's purpose for your life. You ain't out here, you know, sleeping with everybody. You know what I'm saying? You waiting on God. You know, you waiting on your divine partner. A lot of you guys are practicing celibacy. You know, you're shutting down the divine temple. Okay. You're about to be rewarded for that. Spirit is telling me that once this mission is complete, for those of you guys who have received divine clearance, everybody's battle is going to be different. Everybody's demon is different. Yours is different from mine, right? The enemy going to come in a different way to you, in a different form to you, different to everybody. Everybody has their own different demons, you know? But once you complete the mission, you're going to be rewarded. You guys are going to start to see a lot of people be blessed. I'm talking about abundantly. Beyond their wildest dreams, their wildest imagination. I'm talking about be blessed. I'm talking about reach heights and levels that people could only dream of. Okay, and that is because you are chosen. You have divine clearance. They gave you permission. They opened the door for you. You know, you are following in God's footsteps. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You know, you're allowing the universe and divine and source and their pure energy to live through you. You're about to be blessed. So they also spoke on these other energies who are targeting light workers' blessings, because that goes on. If y'all pay attention, you know, we don't really talk about it. And, you know, hell, I don't. I just sit back and I just pay attention, because I already know once I pray about it, you're a goner. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really address nothing or nobody, you know, but it made me sad to see, you know, my fellow light workers going through it. So they were telling me that once these blessings are released, anybody who know better, because they're telling me that there are other people who are supposed to be doing light work, but they haven't been being like on the up and up, like they are targeting other light workers out of jealousy, I'm hearing. Yeah, they're saying it's out of jealousy, just target them out of jealousy, doing spell work on them to try to like slow their money down, you know, because Spirit is telling me that, you know, a lot of people have gifts. So, you know, a lot of people try to pull cards on other readers to see what blessings God got coming for them. Spirit is telling me, since, because there's a lot of people who's doing the same thing that's not going to receive divine clearance. Spirit is telling me that once the mission is done and once the blessings start rolling in, anybody that tries to interfere with the blessings that the council has agreed that these powerful light workers are going to receive, let's just say it's gonna be songs singing and flower bringing. That's what they told me. It's gonna be faces on t-shirts. That's what they told me. They also told me that these people who are trying to intentionally stop light workers from completing their mission, let's just say their mama's gonna have to pick out their black dress. That's what they told me. Because the reason why is they are not going to risk the mission for one person who is jealous. They're not going to risk the mission for one person who don't want to stay in their lane, who can't focus on what they're supposed to be doing because they're stopping somebody who may have a higher calling over their life. That's what they said. And I heard that this is a sacrifice that they're willing to make. They said this. Because guess what? Some people's calling is so great that their one life is worth millions. They're supposed to reach so many people that their one life is worth millions. So if you get rid of them, you have successfully destroyed millions of other souls who would never get to hear them speak, who would never get to receive healings from them, who would never get to receive a message, even if it's nothing but a hug. Maybe that hug was what they needed to get to the next level. It's a lot of people just by destroying certain light workers, and Spirit is saying they're not going to risk it. They decided not to take the risk. So it's a lot of really nasty karma. It's going to be a lot of grieving families because Spirit is not going to take the risk. So people who sitting out here intentionally targeting light workers, doing spell work on them, I heard count your days. Count your days. That's what they told me. Because they cannot take the risk with you. It's kind of like a light worker who got a high calling over their life, who's supposed to impact millions of people. Somebody over here that just play with tarot because it's fun and they jealous and they doing spell work on people. And who we gonna keep? You see what I'm saying? I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. And y'all know I keep my mouth closed. Y'all ain't never heard me address nothing. Y'all ain't never heard me address nothing in 3 years that I've been doing tarot. I don't do that. I don't do that. But when they gave me orders, I have to follow suit. Yep. So for those of you guys, who've been doing the job, been completing, doing like you're obedient to the mission, you fine. You're gonna be blessed. Okay. But for those of you guys who have been intentionally targeting people who people just simply because of their light, you know, you just targeting people who just because you don't like their light, you know? Just saying. And I ain't gonna lie, that bothered me. Because, you know, I feel like every life is valuable. But Spirit is saying that they don't care about that. This is the type of mission that is going on. We are in the middle of a spiritual battle right now as we speak. That to the human eye, you can't see it. And it's sad. It's sad. Spirit they showed it to me like a gnat. Y'all know how a gnat keep flying around, just getting all in your way and shit. That's what they showed me. These people who are out here targeting light workers intentionally. They're saying that they're done warning them. This gang stalking, harassing, lying on them, talking about them, they are done. They're done warning them. And Spirit gave me a vision of them at the divine council in the middle of divine judgment, because they have left their bodies and they will be on their knees. I just heard bow now or you bow later. And they will have to answer for what they did. That's crazy. People are insane. That's why you should treat everybody the way you want to be treated. You never know who you're entertaining, and that's facts. You don't know who you're entertaining. Some people come through, I'm talking about y'all remember the movie Legion? That type of mission. You see what I'm saying? Some people come through with real fucking purposes over their life. They come through with a real mission. And just because you're jealous of a certain reader, you know what I'm saying? Because you think that she's pretty, or you think that, you know, you don't like the way she read, or you think that she's she's fake or whatever. Who are you? Like, that's not for you to decide, baby. You're not the judge or the jury. See, this is what happens when people don't stay in their lane. And that's just it. You know? But for them to come to me and tell me that it's time, that they're not playing with people no more, they're not handing out punishments or nothing like that, that it is imperative that light workers who have received divine clearance complete the mission, and that they are willing to make a certain sacrifice, if you know what I mean. That's all I'm gonna say. I done wrote in my little book. I wrote my little notes down. I did my job, Spirit. I did my job. Okay, people, y'all can take it how y'all want it. Hate it or love it. But, okay. All right, you guys. That is it. I'm gonna probably get a few more videos out, some oracle messages for you guys. I'm sure I'm going to be doing more messages like this. Probably won't be on this channel though. I'm thinking about posting more, just when I get channel messages, posting them on Palladian Goddess. That's my other channel. Also, I had received a message. Someone told me that I spelled Palladian wrong. I actually did. I thought I spelled it wrong. I'm going to show you how spirit worked though. But when I Googled the way that I spelled it, it means Greek goddess of knowledge. So even though I was trying to spell it another way, I ended up spelling it the way that spirit wanted me to spell it. So the way that I spelled it means Greek goddess of knowledge. That's so crazy. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Hell, fuck it, you know, because I'm giving knowledge, right? And I am a goddess, so that's just facts. So I'll be doing more downloaded, just speaking messages to you guys, and I'll be doing it on my other channel, Palladian Goddess, and you'll be able to find that in the description box. Thanks for the $20. I really, really appreciate it. I'm gonna put it over there because y'all been asking for these. The spirit been nudging me to just talk to y'all, and I'm gonna do that more. You know what I'm saying? Y'all deserve that. I like playing with my cards and stuff, you know, so I'm gonna keep doing this because it's fun, and I like giving the messages to you guys. But sometimes, you know, shit get really, really serious, and it ain't always about love all the time. Sometimes we need to talk about your life. You know, so y'all will find those messages, more of those. I just gotta write them down. They be giving me downloads, you guys, and I'm like I said, I'm a busy mother, and I don't write it down. But from now on, I'm gonna be writing down the downloads in my journal so that I can give it to you guys. All right, I'll put the link to Palladian Goddess in the description box. Okay. All right. Also, you guys, if you have not checked out my ritual line, make sure you guys, we sold out of the road openers. Okay. I'm going to make some road opener candles. If you have not did a road opener ritual, I don't care if you don't get that candle from me. I don't care who you get that candle from, but you need to do a road opener ritual for those of you guys who have been influenced by spiritual warfare and attacks, and people have intentionally created blockages on your path. 555 likes in here, as I said that. That is what the road opener candle is for. It's to remove blockages that has been placed on your path, blocking you from your blessings, your money, their career, whatever. Sometimes people place spiritual blockages in our path, and you need to do a road opener. And I also include my candle with a prayer. But there are other prayers in the book of Psalms that are specifically catered towards removing, look, 777 views in here as I'm saying this. So this is confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. There are specific prayers that you guys can say to while you are burning your candle or while you're in meditation to remove blockages out of your way. Okay. So we sold out. I'm gonna be creating some more of those, but y'all can go anywhere else and find those candles. I just want you to have them. I don't care who you get them from at this point. Yeah, you guys need your path to be clear, and that's just facts. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Oh, the link to my ritual line is in the description box. It's going to be in the description box. You can find other stuff there as well. Okay. Love and light. Peace.